Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here and welcome back to Danganronpa. Let's finish this, shall we?
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
A lot of them.
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
Okay.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
They took all of your memories of your classes here at the school the whole time you were here previously.
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Well, they share something in common with the tragedy also. Thinking back to what Monokuma told us, the memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to. The founding of Hope's Peak Academy? I don't think that that's the case. The motives? I guess?
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
Right. They couldn't let us know that everyone was already gone. Otherwise, we would have had no motivation.
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
Okay.
So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme.
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Friends and family? The theme for the motive Monokuma gave us for the first murder? Monokuma gave us those DVDs. On my DVD was footage of my family. On Sayaka's was her and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. So for the first murder, the motive we were given was... human connections.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
And I really don't see why this is important, but whatever.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys?
Vividly.
Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
I'm sure you are.
Okay! Time for the next question!
I think I hate this one most of all.
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
What was the theme? Secrets? That's when we got those weird envelopes from Monokuma. Mine mentioned how I used to wet the bed. So the theme that time was... the past?
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah!
This is all really simplistic stuff.
And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
Right?
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Miss Psychopath?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Money? The theme for the third murder was... the reason Celeste turned to murder was... She wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men dressed as vampires. So at that time, the motive for murder was... greed?
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
That old greed monster.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
No, I think I hate all of her personalities equally.
Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
Well, I mean, not all kinds. 3 kinds. Taka, Hifumi, and herself.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
She's trying to drag the time out.
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Friendship. She was trying to protect us. And defeat you. The motive in the case of Sakura's death was... what was it that made Sakura decide to kill herself? It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. So the theme of the motive in that 4th case was... betrayal, I guess?
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see...
This personality's also very similar to the one where she covers her face with her hand.
Once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
Another question I have is how does she control Monokuma and keep him so on target with his personality when hers changes this rapidly?
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world.
Where'd that crown come from?
In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
That's what your crazy ass refers to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair? Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment.
Right.
And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope.
So you're saying the motives you gave us were to feed us enough hope to make the despair that much sweeter for yourself.
2 sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
Okay.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
Well, you didn't remember that bad things had already happened to the people you were shown in the first one.
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope.
Because we didn't remember the tragedy.
Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
You don't know what it's like outside. I think she's about to show us.
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
That's it.
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair.
Sorry, you've lost. You don't get what you want.
I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Huh? Really? Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing.
Here we go.
I'd like for you to see the outside world.
We should probably brace ourselves. The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You want to see what's out there?
Get on with it. Come on now.
Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I want to see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls!
That's what all these massive monitors are for.
This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Okay, that's not quite what I expected. Monokuma everywhere. How did this happen? I expected just disaster.
What the?
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Has she got tears brimming in her eyes in this personality?
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die.
Eloquently phrased.
I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial.
I thought that's what we were doing. Okay, the group photo probably?
Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering? If nobody can remember anything, this is the end for all of us. What other choice do we have?
If I can't remember, is it all over? I mean, how can she show me something so completely incomprehensible and then just say remember? Every single one of us has lost our memory. It really is hopeless after all. Okay. I got it. Yep. There's a chance she hasn't forgotten Genocide Jill. Because their memories are separate.
Bitches, remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
want us to remember or whatever, but
Question is
when
what
it
to
comes
shoot
that
with it.
crazy, confusing video
No.
you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing.
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but
I think this one.
what am I supposed to be remembering? Nobody can
Here we go.
remember any.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
Sorry, Toko. We need you to sneeze.
The other Toko. Genocide Jack.
What?
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Yes.
No! Absolutely not! That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity!
You've already done it more than once.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
Oh yeah, this'll get her. All it took was for Byakuya to ask.
Dun, da, da, da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet ya.
Yeah, I'm afraid these two are going to get along too well.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen.
Aye, aye, Roger, you got it, Captain.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but
Yes.
of course it does!
Finally, something useful from Toko/Genocide Jill.
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier?
Nobody asked.
I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know?
Yeah, sure you are.
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Yes, what exactly is this tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Yeah, kiss him, not us.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
We know that. What was it?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event.
Which is? It doesn't tell us anything to just say that.
What is?
Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
What caused it?
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Well, it didn't look like it was destroyed, just like people were under mind control or something. Or brainwashed.
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it.
So it's happened more than a year ago. Or about a year ago, so we've lost more than a year's worth of memories because our time at the school has been erased as well.
I guess you could say what happened was man-made,
Yeah.
but it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster.
Some kind of bioweapon?
Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
You know what? I'm beginning to hate that phrase. It tells us nothing.
And as a result, in basically no time flat!
The world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
Great. We know like 2% more now than we did previously. Thank you so much.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
I can't believe I'm saying this, but thank you, hero.
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Morose saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
She won't tell us. She wants us to remember it.
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
Oh, you mean your alter personality.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
Didn't look like it had ended to me.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway, so the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you.
Go on.
It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
Oh. I'm guessing it's gone completely.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
That's a weird saying.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Do you think it was that they fell?
Correct! Well done, peasant!
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it! Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
Yeah, great, thanks.
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Incredibly so.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
Well, not exactly. He's still alive.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Togami name has perished.
Again, as long as one of them's still alive, Byakuya, it hasn't. And I would imagine that that's the case for the rest of us too, or close to it.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
Well, you don't, but...
There's no way that happened a year ago.
Memories, lost memories.
I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
No. You remember arriving here first. Before you were actually going to school, but everything between then and when you woke up was taken from you, Makoto.
If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Yes.
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
Are you forgetting about the school? About your memory?
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
So they've lost 2 years of their memories. And in Kyoko's case, more than that, because she didn't remember she was a detective.
Huh? 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
She's trying to say you've lost 2 years of your life.
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
I don't know that you ever knew what was going on, Hiro. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so, so the memories she took from us, not the entire past, and the tragedy would have been part of our life at Hope's Peak, so that would be included in it.
I got it! If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
I mean, you basically gave it to him, incomplete. He just had to reiterate.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's a lot.
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
And so everybody's actually 2 years older than they think they are, too.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
I want to think that, too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. The locker pocketbook? Or the locker notebook? Could be either one.
Worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
That's it.
Just surreal.
It's Hero's
Plus,
notebook.
If 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted.
I don't want to believe it, but I know there's evidence that reveals the time as students we lost. Yeah, we have to show Hiro that he did attend classes, I think.
I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single
Yep.
No, that's wrong. Hiro, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
I wonder.
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that.
It's your handwriting, isn't it?
This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing!
Lost memories.
No! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
That would be Kyoko's.
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it.
All except for the last 2 pages, who we don't know wrote those yet.
But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
Apparently so.
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
I would not feel sad at all if I never heard that phrase again. It means nothing.
Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
You're boring.
What?
We are bored of this world.
Okay, good. Kill yourself.
Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
Maybe it's only boring because you're boring.
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
But we haven't done that. Well, some of us haven't.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
When we got knocked out, when we passed out. Where our memories come apart? Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time, and that was... when we fainted.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day. When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh?
Always.
So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
So are we saying that something happened 2 years ago that somehow triggered our memory loss later? I don't buy that. I think the memory loss happened later than that. It's just that it was erased back to that point. Or maybe even the passing out was a planted memory.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time.
Right, we'd spent 2 years together.
Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, But
by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
I also don't buy that. Not one single bit.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
Yeah, sure you do.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly.
Like a child thinks about its toys.
It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it! All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair! Our plan to bring despair to all mankind!
Was it just you and your sister, or are there others? The ultimate despair? All mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
Okay.
Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst! Everyone was enjoying themselves so much! You were all having the time of your lives!
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity.
I'm tired of asking.
The biggest, most awful...
Yeah.
All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
A psychopath, narcissist, multiple personality, and God knows what other mental illnesses person.
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe myself. There's got to be others.
Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
This had to have been caused by some kind of biological weapon or chemical dispersal or something that affected people.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Oh, thank you so much for wasting our time.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened!
The headmaster decided to close the school and keep the kids safe.
Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter!
Yep.
Ah, I said it twice!
Yep. You need to die. Sooner rather than later, please.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
The headmaster, and probably ourselves. The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here. Yeah, the headmaster.
I got it!
Kyoko's dad.
Could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside.
And then you killed him and turned it into a prison.
That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Sort of a modern-day Noah's Ark, if you will.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea.
About you two.
He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
Fuck you.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits.
I figured that was the case.
Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
Well, you shut the world out.
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
How did you affect their memories, I wonder?
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because she's freaking insane.
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
By showing that there was no hope? Is that why you're broadcasting it?
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I...
Well, why don't you tell me?
The television broadcast. What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world, that was... Oh. Hangman's Gambit? Yes, okay. Hijack? Is that what it is? Hijack the airwaves?
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Though, if she's telling the truth about being in control of everything, she wouldn't have needed to quote-unquote hijack the airwaves. She would have just had control of them.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing?
Oh, it's wonderful.
By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
So your little plan isn't actually working.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
You expelled them?
She killed them.
I have to thank you all.
She lured them here to die.
They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world.
Kind of the way you are?
But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
You tell her, Makoto.
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Stow it.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
Yeah, that sounds more genuine.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless?
No, but it makes me feel angry.
You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Wrong.
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
Good question. Well, first of all, we need to watch you die because you've lost, and second, we will try to take the world back.
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too! Like right fucking now!
Truth? Full of despair? That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless.
Obviously.
I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
Essentially.
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
That's a bit of an oversimplification of facts.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
No, hero, not like this.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but But there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Damn straight, Makoto.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying?
Meow.
If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself?
Just so.
Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure.
Willing to take the risk.
Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
And everyone whom you've destroyed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them!
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
I mean, that's true. You've killed other people outside, though. And the students here.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
Also, just simply orchestrating the events that lead to such things places the guilt directly upon you as well. Now she's got mushrooms in her hair.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple. You stole our memories. Invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya?
No?
Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
Great.
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this!
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
I'm not so sure.
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What?
You mean, we just...
We'd have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
And that could cause someone to vote the other way.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
I worry about Byakuya, with everything that's been revealed to him.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down! Makoto, you're up!
Oh, are we voting in turn? Letting everyone know what we vote?
Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
Or are you saying we're the one who would be punished?
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished?
I mean, of course we're afraid of being punished. That doesn't mean we've lost hope.
Don't you have faith in your friends?
To some extent.
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Come on, Aoi. Hero. I don't even know what to say to you. Come on, Byakuya. Where's that strong Togami spirit? You're the last of your line.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Fuck you.
Besides, Kyoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all.
Wasn't trapped. We decided.
The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
I think that you don't really understand Kyoko.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
So what happens if we just say fuck this vote and we all just tear you limb from limb?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope.
And your stupid life.
The final vote? This is it? The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all. Okay. The group photo, maybe? Or the photo of Kyoko and the headmaster?
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Oh geez, I just looked over there. This is a long one.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
So those are real?
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
What do we shoot? There's no hope left in the world. When you sleep, it's on a bed of despair. The world is in despair. You are in despair. If I don't do something, Everyone's going to be consumed by despair and we just lost a heart. You claim there's no hope left in the world, but if despair is contagious like you say, then so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else. So the only things to shoot were the word hope, Makoto said, and then everybody else had ... dots. We're going to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else. So do we have to give each person individually hope?
We won't give up.
I guess we'll start with Kyoko since that's what's selected.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Now, heroes first.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know.
Right, get on with
Thanks
it.
to the air pure.
Owie.
If I die, the pure, in other words, as the communal life you've all been meh.
Okay, then her.
All
I don't
of
know
you
how
will
we're going to
have
give
to
her
leave.
hope.
You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Okay, come on now.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Oh. We don't have anything to shoot for her. Oh, darn it, we don't have to give Kyoko hope. Shoot, we're going to lose another heart. Darn it. What do we give Hero hope with? He's the first one.
We won't give up. As long as there's
The
hope,
Notebook?
we'll never give up.
I guess.
If I were to die,
It's the one thing that has
that
to
would be the
do
end
with
of
Hero.
Hope's Peak Academy.
Nope. Oh, wait.
Shoot.
Do we just take Hope as a bullet and shoot Hope? Is that what the deal
We won't
is?
give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Let's see.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
There we
Don't
go.
lose
That's
hope
it.
now.
Thought we had to pick
All my
specific items for each
fortune-telling
person.
senses are telling me not to leave this place.
Well, we know we can't trust those, right?
But to live means moving forward, right?
Yes.
So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we?
Goddamn straight, Hero.
I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
That's right.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
That would be the end.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
Nice, it changed. That's awesome.
by the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Come on, Owie.
Don't lose hope now.
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do?
WWSD.
You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
Yeah.
That sounds like something she'd say, right?
Something like that, yes.
No. I think that's definitely what she'd say.
Whatever it takes for you to be on our side.
Which is why Yeah! I've made up my mind!
Glad to
won't
have you
give
on
up.
board.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
The air outside is totally polluted.
So what
you
does
know.
Owie say?
The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
Yeah.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
Come on.
Don't lose hope now.
If you stay in here, you won't have nearly as many boys to kill.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting.
Damn it.
Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
So if we get Master to agree to leave, then you will?
We won't
I think that's
give
what
up.
we've just seen.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love.
Well, let's hope we
All of
can
you
get
will have to
Byakuya
leave.
then.
You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Come on, Byakuya.
Don't lose hope now.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair.
Yeah.
But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you.
Doesn't matter.
I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind.
And so we shall.
Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive.
That's exactly what we said.
So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
I don't know if there's anything else that needs to be
If
shot,
I were
but
to die,
God, that music's
that
awesome.
would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside.
So is
where
Kyoko going
only
to say
death
something on her
and
own now that we've
despair
shot
are
everyone's thing and given
I
them
already
hope?
said I would claim the Mastermind's life, by whatever means necessary.
waiting. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Don't
Yeah.
lose hope now.
We just had to convince everyone else first. It wouldn't let us shoot Kyoko's first.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking.
Or you can't remember knowing him.
But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of.
He wouldn't have wanted us to give in to despair.
He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here.
That too.
I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely.
Well, that's what he alluded to in that dream.
You came here to bring down the ultimate despair.
Is he a planted agent?
You came here to confront despair without ever giving up.
Is Makoto the ultimate hope?
And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
I think that is awesome.
What the hell are you?
The ultimate detective. Pleased to meet you. Okay. Truth bullets.
So uncool.
Nice.
Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip.
What can I say? It's hip to be square.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame!
I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. But I still... Oh boy.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us?
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
Everything is pointless!
Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Everything is pointless!
No, no.
Darn it, that is so hard. Ugh. No. No, we are not giving up. No, we're not ready.
Is this really the end for all of us?
No. Yes.
I refuse to give up yet.
Let's do this.
You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
You dare to stand against us?
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
Everything is pointless!
Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Everything is pointless!
No, no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going.
Yeah.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away.
You preach it.
I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on?
What's happening?
I'll take it.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
I think it is.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
The hell?
Guess you were wrong.
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
Yes, you've lost. Me? No way!
Well, that's just...
It can't be! You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem. I thought she said she reveled in despair. She should be eating this up.
What the heck?
There's no use trying to find it now.
Well, that's just totally the best!
Okay, I guess she is eating it up. Huh?
So this is despair.
We came to this school 2 years ago, created our own incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now
Come this far and fail at the very end.
true despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about?
And now
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately, this once-in-a-lifetime experience. I think your mom might have done drugs while she was pregnant with you, Junko. It is my first and last colossal despair, here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste the highest grade despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
True despair.
I am so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway,
So, you are prepared to admit defeat. You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best.
Outside is only despair. Inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true. Don't dissuade her of the notion. Just let her off herself and then we can do whatever we want.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. I didn't seduce you whatsoever, Hiro. Don't you ever say that word directed at me again. Just so. Everyone?
hey,
You said that despair is as contagious as any disease.
however,
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko!
No.
Stop it! Stop! I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain. Good.
There's one last thing.
Yes? If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. That's the way it is with life. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, maybe you'll find some hope, but there is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Absolutely, crazy lady. Of course, because we...
It's fine.
Shut up! That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
it can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? Don't dissuade her, Kyoko. That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to. I want her to die.
Stop it!
I want her to die until she's dead. What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
None. Just off yourself. The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is to taste that despair of death that you only get once in life, so...
Don't get in my way!
No problem.
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful! Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Whatever it is, I don't think it can be bad enough. What the what? The ultimate punishment. Oh, is she going to get everyone's punishment? How did she survive from one to the other, I wonder? Somebody go check and make sure she's really dead. So is this the way out? And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko Inoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Chapter 6 ended. Please. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Okay, epilogue. I was getting ready to be worried. Goodbye, Despair High School. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. It felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door? We might want to duck around the corner just to be sure, because it could be activating the Gatling guns.
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping that. It makes sense that it would be our way out of here. Yes, but I still don't trust her.
But
you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's going to make the school self-destruct. Maybe, but then we have no hope of getting out. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she'd let us out of here alive.
It's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe?
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about.
My beautiful scissors!
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam them so far up. Yay, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and Master can get married? And then he'll give me a little jewel of a baby?
That's enough.
Please, stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway...
Don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem.
But...
It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks...
for serious?
Maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie? Peaceful as we remember? I don't think it really matters either way. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? And since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
In other words...
The act of searching for hope, to try and find it. That by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into.
Am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. Oh, Byakuya. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. Yeah, I think we have different priorities, sir. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
You got it.
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there. If donut shops even exist anymore.
Hey.
And what are you going to do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts?
Okay.
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat. I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world. Good.
Could it be...
That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakuri's life story is about to begin.
Woo!
Thanks, Hina. You totally opened my eyes. Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone. Even if the world is steeped in despair. As long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If we get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No. We can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Good sentiment.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
Thanks, but no thanks.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't think we could have expected anything more.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
Good way to think of it. It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Well, first you have to push the button. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open. With my hands. With our hands. Hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. Oh, was worried about the guns there for a second. Hello, sunshine. It's been a while. Oh, what is this? Oh no.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed.
Has Monokuma become self-aware, or is this another member of the Ultimate Despair?
Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
Well, that is disturbing. And I suppose that is it. Well, I won't pretend that I thought this game was perfect, but you know what? It was a ton of fun. It certainly had its little eccentricities and issues, but I enjoyed it immensely despite all that. I thought the story was excellent, and honestly, I'm really looking forward to playing the next one, as I have been assured that it's even better than this one, and I hope you guys will join me on that journey. Thank you so much for watching. If you've liked the series, please leave a like below. It really does help tremendously. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.
Danganronpa.